Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. Welcome to our webinar about your car allowance may actually hinder talent retention. We'll cover the topic for the next 20 minutes or so and then open up to questions from you. And we will have this webinar available on demand following the presentation. Let's get started. I am one of your hosts, Melanie Reifenstein, Senior Brand Manager here at Cardata. We offer vehicle reimbursement solutions to businesses whose employees drive for work. My co-host is Megan Dean. Megan, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. I am Megan, a business development manager here at Cardata. I'll be chatting with you about car allowances and some interesting insights we've learned about how they hinder your talent strategy.
Awesome. Thanks, Megan. So here's our full agenda. We'll go over some common misconceptions and realities of car allowances. We'll share a customer story and how they saw results, and review how making this change can help impact your talent strategy and bottom line. You can also submit any questions you have to the private chat throughout the webinar. Let's get started. Over to you, Megan.
Thanks, Mel. I help people just like you navigate your vehicle program options every day and make the best decisions for your business. Let's start with a question. I speak to hundreds of businesses a year, and overall, 3 priorities I see the most when talking to them are about driving revenue, which is core to the business, about attracting and retaining great talent, and about improving internal processes and efficiencies that help strengthen their bottom line. So, I ask you a question today, and the answer is often surprising to many. What is one change you can make that will help 2 of these 3 priorities? A good vehicle reimbursement program is the answer. It's not always evident, but you can attract and retain great talent and improve internal efficiencies with the right vehicle reimbursement program. The driving revenue part, we'll leave that up to you. But a great reimbursement program paves the way for your businesses to be successful. How? Many businesses have people on the road every day of the year. Having a mobile workforce requires time and energy so that your teams can be successful and drive results. Leaving the administration and automation of such a workforce up to archaic methods can seriously impact a business. One of those methods is a car allowance, which is why we're going to be specifically analyzing it today. We'll go over why a car allowance can lack when it comes to attracting and retaining employees, and also with improving efficiencies. Many of you joining us today are offering a car allowance to your employees who drive for work. A car allowance is one of the most popular vehicle reimbursement methods that's offered in-house. There are many businesses that offer a car allowance. For most, it's a necessity. For others, it can be seen as a perk. A reason why you may be offering a car allowance to your employees is that it is intended to be a catch-all solution that covers all aspects of business driving like gas, car insurance, wear and tear, and other vehicle expenses. It can also be seen as a perk to new employees. When they negotiate their compensation, a car allowance is often one of the first things that's brought up as a value add to a new hire. But they can be deceiving. Firstly, car allowances are almost never what they appear to be on paper. An $800 car allowance translates to a few $100s less per month due to income tax deductions. They inflate a salary and lead to unnecessary taxes deducted each month. This is extremely wasteful, not only to the employees, but to you as an organization, where your dollars could be better used elsewhere. Secondarily, car allowances are also blanket payments that do not account for regional vehicle costs like gas, insurance, or repairs. Someone in Ohio is spending less on fuel than another rep in California. As well, ownership costs vary wildly across different regions. Things like insurance, licensing, taxes, I could go on. Car allowances do not differentiate between these costly differences. Finally, a car allowance is rarely offered to every employee. Only some select few get one. It can lead to resentment against non-allowance employees as they see it as a salary bonus versus a necessity to pay for a car. Therefore, a drop in overall employee happiness can result. All of these factors contribute to employee satisfaction and turnover and impact the success of your business. That's the unfortunate reality of offering a car allowance. Employees tend to treat an $800 car allowance as extra income. What do we do with extra income? We spend it, and often not on the most responsible things. Usually, employees forget to set aside funds to pay for wear and tear on their vehicles. Gas is usually covered just fine. Undelineated allowances can lead to employees having a feeling of being under reimbursed when a car repair is needed or insurance goes up due to heavier driving habits. Also, if you're paying a car allowance, you're paying income tax on that allowance. If you just paid for vehicle reimbursements directly through an outsourced provider like Cardata, you're spending hundreds of dollars less per employee per month. This adds up. Better reimbursement methods are out there that will lead to happier employees. Now, we'd like to tell you a story about one of our customers. Let's look at two companies, Company A and Company B. Company A is offering a traditional car allowance that's paid to employees as part of their paycheck and taxed every time. Company B outsources their allowance with us, paying only the after-tax amount to their employees directly to cover their reimbursements. On paper, a car allowance can feel very shishy. It's an extra $800 a month to an employee. The outsourced allowance employee only gets $700. This is why a car allowance is usually the first choice for a vehicle reimbursement. But looks can be deceiving. Let's find out what's really going on. Company A's employees end up pocketing $560 after tax. This can fluctuate based on their income tax bracket and work location, so this is an average amount. But Company B's employees take home the same amount as advertised to them in their compensation package. How? Cardata's vehicle reimbursement program. It is a tax-free, IRS-approved reimbursement. Mileage logging and payments are transparent, open, and fairly tracked, leaving no room for speculation. Companies can reimburse fairly, accurately, and directly. A car allowance is only a catch-all. We know the value of your business and that cutting corners and catch-all solutions are not the way other areas of your organization work. So why use this approach with a vehicle reimbursement program? The truth is, most companies do not know that it exists or how to start. Let's see Company B in action. Our customer moved 43 of their employees to Cardata and saw incredible results right away. Instead of employees only pocketing $560 per month or less, depending on their tax bracket, they were now reimbursed $700 after tax. That's a pay jump of about $150 per month that they can instantly see. Candidates were far more attracted to $700 after tax as part of their package instead of $560 after taxes, which doesn't cover all their expenses, doesn't take into account fixed and variable vehicle expenses like regional gas prices or insurance. Employees were very happy with the bump in their reimbursements. The cost of the Cardata program nearly pays for itself in the FICA savings alone, allowing your company to pocket more than you thought possible for the ease and simplicity of outsourcing. Our customer also had to spend about $150 less per employee, which works out to about $77,000 annually on their vehicle program. We also provided comprehensive industry benchmarking report to show them where they stood amongst their competitors. As a result of this information and their switch to Cardata, they had better employee retention and a strong story to tell with new candidates. Attracting and retaining talent in turn saves them thousands on recruitment and HR costs. Overall, their savings were higher than expected, improving efficiencies and their bottom line. This is just one customer story. We invite you to reach out to us or book a demo to learn how an outsourced vehicle program would help you. We will send you more information on how to get in touch after this session. For now, I'll send it back over to Melanie.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Megan. So in the beginning of this webinar, we talked about your top priorities as a business. Cardata helps you with 2 out of 3 of these top priorities, attracting and retaining great talent and improving efficiencies. But that's not all. If you're looking for a vehicle reimbursement program, you also should consider a solution that has fast and efficient customer support, fair and accurate mileage logging, and business insights and reporting. These benefits are icing on the cake for our customers. So if you're a business who is reconsidering their car allowance program, consider these outcomes. Moving from a car allowance to an outsourced mileage tracker is a very smart move. It helps with talent attraction and retention by giving teams back what they want most. It gives your company a competitive edge when it comes to attracting talent and strengthening your bottom line. And it improves internal efficiencies and saves you money on needless tax waste. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We'll be sharing this webinar with you, so please watch for the email. We also have a bonus piece of content that we want to send you. It's a free ebook all about car allowances. So now we can open up the floor to some questions. Let me double check the chat to see if we've received any. Yep, we have a few questions coming through. So the first one is from Margaret. She's asking, how many drivers do we need to make this program worthwhile?
Great question. I would say, at least 10 drivers, 5,000 miles a year for a favor program, but we do have other solutions that we offer, such as tax-free car allowances or a cents per mile program that could be right for your drivers. We would work directly with you on a solution that's best for each individual company.
Awesome. And another question that I'm seeing here is from David asking, how does pricing work?
Hey, another great question. Our pricing here is based on a tiered structure. So it depends on the number of drivers and the program type. Like I mentioned, we do have a couple different programs available. So we're a software platform. Essentially, you own the seats when you buy software. Happy to connect with you if you're looking for a custom quote.
Awesome. Thanks, Megan. So that was all the questions that we had, and it's a short webinar today. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining. We will share this recording with you afterwards, as well as our ebook about car allowances. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.